Your eyes are on our pockets, she chants. They're protesting outside a branch of the Lebanese Ministry of Finance. The government and the politicians leading it for 3 decades stand accused.
اللي كانوا أمراء الحرب صاروا زعماء السلم. أعطيناهم فرصة 30 سنة ونحن وناطرين. بس صار البلد من سيء لأسوأ. كل مؤسسات الدولة مضروبة بالفساد.
Lebanon's corruption ranges from petty bribes to a complex Ponzi scheme where many politicians have a stake in banks that provided loans to the state at sky-high interest rates to rebuild the country's infrastructure after the civil war. But the infrastructure is still a mess. Lebanon has little to show for its more than $80 billion of debt, says investigative reporter Riyad Qubaisi.
If the money that we borrowed from the politicians didn't work and they didn't fix electricity, they didn't fix the water, they didn't fix anything, why do we have to give them the money back with an interest rate, a high interest rate, extremely high interest rate?
Politicians have paid lip service to cleaning up the system.
They said this is mission impossible.
For just over a year, Nicolas Toueni ran the now defunct State Ministry for Combating Corruption. The country's complex politics stymied his efforts.
Religious power plus political party plus the warlord were a red line you cannot cross. You have seen The Godfather 1 and 2, you know how it happened. It's not very far. Society, Sicily is not very far from Lebanon.
And now the people say they've had enough. More than 3 weeks of mass protests have borne fruit, at least on paper. Lebanese President Michel Aoun says that 17 corruption-related files have been opened for investigation, and the finances of 2 former prime ministers are also being investigated, but the reaction of many Lebanese is, why wasn't it done before? The protests continue unabated.
هلا هن كلمتين، نحن عايشين ببلد الأمير والفقير. 4 مليون فقير، poverty، و200 زلمة enjoy extremely luxurious life.
As the rich got richer and everyone else got poorer, the gap between the rulers and the ruled has grown ever wider, says political scientist Sami Attallah.
People have no faith or trust in the government, in the political parties that have run the government over the last 30 years.
To rid Lebanon of corruption, the whole lot, the protesters say, has got to go. Ben Wiedemann, CNN, Beirut.